Hi, I'm Chris Martenson of Peak Prosperity, and this is your weekly update. It is Friday, November 14th, and wow, look at all the things going on in the world. The things we're tracking at Peak Prosperity, it's geopolitical in nature. We're watching really big things happening. Keep a journal, because what's unfolding right now, your grandkids simply won't believe. Japan is busy trying to destroy the currency of its nation. They're doing this specifically to drive stocks up and to get people out of their savings and buying things again, in complete unawareness, apparently, of the fact that people in Japan are aging and they're in a different part of their life than the part where you go out and spend all your money and just buy stuff willy-nilly because that's what you do. Well, while Japan is busy destroying its currency, we had the APEC, the APEC conference was held in Beijing. Really important what happened there in this past week, because this was really a coming out party for China's influence, and Putin was treated as the guest of honor there, and they struck another huge gas deal, a gas deal that, if it goes to completion, which every indication is it will, is going to be taking a lot of Europe's gas away. I don't know what Europe is planning to do about this, but they had better be thinking it through very carefully. It's astonishing to me, really, that at this point in time that the West, which is Europe, principally Germany and the US, have decided to just push Russia further away, not engage in constructive dialogue, just wag their fingers and tell Russia they have to be different. It's one style of diplomacy, but Russia holds most of the cards in this particular relationship. Sure, the ruble's being assaulted and the Russian stock market's under assault, and the West is going to do everything it can to destroy Russia's economy. And guess what? Naturally, what's Russia do? Well, they're going and working with people who aren't trying to destroy them actively. That's China. So that's the context for this APEC conference that just happened, and a big geopolitical realignment. So we have to look at that. Now, what's the consequence of all this? There's going to be a lot of financial repercussions from this that are happening, and we're starting to track those. Now, we have a new two-parter on our website, a two-part piece that's written by Charles Hugh Smith. It's about the dollar and about why the dollar is probably going to strengthen, paradoxically, you might think, during the early part of this next financial crisis that happens. But it's going to be strengthening not because the dollar is the great place to be, but for technical reasons and for mathematical reasons, such as nearly all of the speculation that's going on in the world right now is conducted in dollars. And as those speculations get unwound, those dollars end up flowing back towards the United States. So we're going to be tracking the currency moves, because our belief is that in the next year or so, currency accident is probably going to be one of the biggest themes that we've got out there. It's possible that the Japanese central bank will succeed beyond its wildest dreams and ruin the nation's currency, which is what they're trying to do. If they do that, the shockwave across the world will be rather profound. What we shouldn't do is take clues from that to say, wow, because the yen is falling and the dollar is strengthening, that the US must be a much better place to be. That might be true on some level, but it has nothing to do with why or how much things are going to strengthen. It's really just something to do with how much speculation is going on, how the currencies have all been layered through the financial system. And one of the most interesting things we're tracking is that the price of gold keeps getting assaulted, but it's not actually the price of gold that's going down, or that's not the driver. That's the tail is being wagged. What's the dog in this story? It's the yen. For some reason, every time the yen ticks lower, gold ticks lower. The correlation is nearly perfect at this point in time. So you might be asking yourself, why would the tiny gyrations of a currency of a little island nation stuck in the Western Pacific, why would that set the global price for gold? How is that even possible? Well, it's only possible if you understand the role of speculation. There are powerful speculators sitting on huge pools of money who do their bidding across fiber optic networks, who run their computer algorithms, who have made a decision that when the yen ticks down, gold ticks down. That's the correlation. Everybody's jumped on it. They're all playing that game. Does it tell us anything useful about what a good price for gold is, what a useful price for the yen is? Nothing. Doesn't tell us anything about that. So we're just watching these speculations happen all over the place. And the last thing we're tracking in that story, though, is it's not just about gold. Wow, look at oil. Look at the destruction in the oil patch that's going to be coming up soon, because oil has plunged over 27% in just a couple of months. That 27%, where does that come from? Right off the top line of the oil exploration companies out there and the oil production companies. So there are big things afoot right now, and we invite you to come to Peak Prosperity. Check out that new two-parter. Talk to you next week. I'm Chris Martenson. Bye.